Welcome to the Psychedelic Lab Rat series within the Becoming Ben channel. Pretty much the flagship series, I would say. This is the one that, how we got started. This is what inspired the whole Becoming Ben. I guess it was the spark, it was the ignition to what we're building now. This is the first of many series. We will talk about those more as we continue to build. Before I get really into this though, I want to give a quick disclaimer because I'm just going to get right into it. In this channel, I am on psilocybin treatment, meaning I have eaten magic mushrooms. I am not recommending anyone to do this. No. I'm merely just wanting to show kind of what I need to do to find balance, to get centered, to become Ben, to integrate and become whole again. Part of this is mushrooms, and the reason why is scientifically proven to help depression, but you can't get them legally, easily, and it's frustrating because it actually helps. I want to show that it's not just doing drugs and getting high. That's not what it's about. It's about finding answers because no one is helping find answers. And going to a psychiatrist and spilling your guts and the psychiatrist saying, here's some Prozac, that doesn't cut it. We're trying to survive out here, and I'm showing how I'm trying to survive and rediscover myself and integrate with myself. I was in Portland from July 2020 to September 2021, the very end. I think I got back September 26th. And it was rough. Just abandonment issues of leaving, going through a breakup, an abrupt breakup just sideswiped me. I gave myself a self-care day on, I think, September 29th. I said, Ben, you're doing nothing today. No running, no working out. You're not cooking. You order something delicious. You're going to get acupuncture. You're going to get a massage. And you're gonna get some goddamn mushrooms and trip and have a good time chilling with your cat. And I did just that. But I did it because honestly, I knew it would help me connect. It wasn't just like, oh, can't wait to like see God and visuals. Nah, man. It's the inner peace. It's the connecting with myself. I was so clouded with anxiety everywhere. I wanted, but I couldn't reach in or reach out. September 29th, trip, have a great time. Texting my family, texting my friends, and my brain just moving too fast, like on psychedelics, too fast. You're feeling emotions, you're thinking thoughts, you're thinking through time, just flooded. It is just flooding with you, and you want to write it down or text it or type it, but it's too fast. So screw this. And I got my phone out and I started filming and I started talking. And as I talked, it turned more into a show, kind of like what I'm doing right now. And I went, I think this is what I'm supposed to do, to share my story and share my complaints and vent and pull other people in. So I'm going to set up this next video. My mom passed away on December 21st, 2008. Her funeral was on Christmas Eve, which, as you can imagine, wasn't easy. So from 2008 until relatively recently, I went from loving Christmas to just, it wasn't even like I hated it, it was just, it just felt dreadful. This Christmas video is so special to me because I felt so balanced and so in the moment. And this is probably the first Christmas where I felt like a kid again. So you'll see me really lean into Christmas here. I really felt like I was a kid again, where I had to be quiet because the parents were sleeping and I was too excited to sleep. And that started to just felt like a warm blanket, and I just felt great about it. And I want to make sure I help people, and the best thing you can do for me if you are watching this video, I'm not going to ask for a like and subscribe and bell. Please leave me a comment. What did you like? What hit with you? What didn't land? What else would you like to see talked about in this channel? So check it out. I think you'll enjoy it, and it especially gives a great foundation of what this channel is going to be about. This is the best trip of my life. my fancy camera's up there, but the integration. I just been chilling here, hanging out in this environment with this guy. It's the best, but it's quiet and it's just festive. Someone's in the hall. Right. Ooh. Look at that. That's festive. Anyway, best trip of my life, I think, because the integration from everything I've been working toward through therapy, discovering myself through the childhood trauma, and I should really get my camera for this. I think I'm gonna get that in a second. And it's just been such a good experience. I didn't want to put too much pressure on filming today because I really wanted to connect with myself to see, because last time was so big. Look at that tree. Oh, this guy. Oh my goodness gracious. Hey, this? Oh, I thought of this great idea. So, it's gorgeous. That guy, left over from Halloween, I won't get into that. But, I just wanted to carve it. I just didn't find time, but I was having a good time. Great idea. I was gonna carve them for Christmas. And then I was gonna put a Santa hat on them. And I was gonna put red and green tea lights in them. And I was gonna put like a Santa beard on them. I thought that would have been pretty cool for Christmas to put under the tree. But then I thought of a really good idea. I'm gonna carve it, because I was thinking like, am I gonna carve it on like Christmas Eve, Christmas Day? I'm gonna carve it. This reminds me of like, just looking at this reminds me of like, my Nana's house or something. It reminds me of something, being a little kid. It's beautiful. Oh, it's really making me connect. I love it. Oh, this brings me back. I'm like a little kid right now. But I'm gonna carve it on the anniversary on December 22nd. Is when my mom passed away, 2008. So I'm gonna carve it. That sounds really weird. I'm just gonna carve a fucking pumpkin that for Christmas on the anniversary of my mom's death. It's all normal, right? But no, I'm going to do that because it brings me back to childhood, because my mom and I connected so much on horror in general. And it's a lot of just, it's all my connection with her. I love her so much. And I know she would love this, and she would just be like, oh my God. If I would have told her this before she died, like, Mom, on the anniversary of your death, if I did this, she would have loved it. Look at this. Look at this guy. Oh, let me show a couple more. I know I should get my nice camera for this, but I'm in the moment. Oh, that's a Metroid. My brother got that for me. Penguins, because I love the Pittsburgh Penguins. There's an owl. I am blasting Christmas carols and Christmas movies right now, but I'm not doing it because of copyright stuff. I'm thinking, but man, it's blasting in here, and I'm dancing like a fool here because I want my neighbors to see me dancing around like a fool in this hat to see how festive it is with the lights and this guy. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Oh, because you can see, like, I'm not should I not show them? Like, I was like, hey, look at my neighbors. I don't want to do that. On the red light, hey, look at my neighbors over here. But I was trying to show it. From their window, they can see through my apartment. It's freaking New York. New Yorkers get it, anyone else doesn't get it. I ate 6.1 grams of mushrooms today. But I started like 11 o'clock in the morning, and I think right now it's like 6, 5 or 6. My phone's right here, I don't want to lose this, but something like that. But anyway, I just wanted to say the magic. And you're like a little kid, and if you leave the lights on, you like wake up in the middle of the night, it's like December 8th or something, you see like the little glow, it's like, ooh, it's magic, the Christmas season, you all know, you get it. I'm sorry, I'm talking like a weirdo. I'm an adult man, 38, but I'm just being goofy, what's wrong with that? You adults need to find the inner child and the magic again, man, because it's fun. All this magic, this guy right in here, and I'm whispering because I don't want my neighbors to think I'm too crazy, because I kind of am. If you think about it, with like the mental illness and the way depression, anxiety. I don't know why I'm doing that voice, oh God. I'm not trying to say anything, but you know, like the stigma behind it, it's like ridiculous. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is, sorry, I'm mentally ill, and I'm loving my life right now because I love myself. I learned to love myself through amazing therapy, through Hans and Dr. Combs, and the crazy work I'm putting in, with the support and love from my family, and work, Maria, SCI in general, man. Jeez, you guys, Jason, like, it's just amazing. I think that's a whole other thing, but my family, and here it is, like, I used to frickin', where is it? That's the floor, man. In, 2020, yeah, June of 2020, and before that, even like before COVID, like it was, dude, I was bad. I was bad before COVID too. That's where I would just crawl into a sleeping bag head first after work, of hating myself at work, being like, you piece of shit. In my head, I'm like, you piece of shit. You can't even join a meeting. You can't speak up on a meeting. Everyone thinks you're a fraud. Yeah, and no one's saying that to me but me. I'm holding myself back, like, oh, fuck you. You're a little boy, you're weak. You know, like, that's what I was hearing in my head. So after working, crawling to that freaking hole, that motherfucking hole, head first. And Colonel Puss Puss, I don't want to get in his face. This little guy's sleeping, but little Colonel Puss Puss, this little guy, he would come up to me, purring his little head off, and I'm like screaming. At the world. I'm crying. I'm like on the floor here, crying and thrashing. I don't know what the fuck's going on in my head. I'm like, what's going on? Like all this childish emotion from when I was 9. And before that, but like when my dad died when I was 9. But anyway, down here screaming, I'm like, what's going on? I was having a freaking panic attack here in like 2018 when I just started therapy. It was my first panic attack. 2018, I remember, because like I was over here. And it was work, and I'm like, oh, I'm failing, I can't even talk up in this meeting, and blah. And then, like, of course, my managers are like, dude, you gotta do your job. Like, you gotta do your job. So I can be here all day, like, oh, you gotta understand depression and anxiety, it's hard for me. Like, yeah, you do have to understand it, but also, like, come on, man. you do have to do your job at the same time. It's like a weird balance. So I roll over here and I'm like, wow, what's happening? All this emotion, like the world catastrophizing is what I do. That's like when my mom would leave after my dad's death. I'd be like, oh, she's dead. Oh, fuck, what's gonna happen? Oh my God. I have no parents, everything's gonna fall apart. So that's what started to happen. And that's when you have a grown man. Well, let's say grown man. I'm about 5'7", so yeah, grown man. But when you have seriously, when you have a grown man, a strong man, a big strong man, with that childish energy, that's ferocious, loud, terrifying, unfiltered, raw. That's where Hans and Dr. Combs really make the magic happen. Oh my God. I'm getting lost in that a little bit, but therapy helps bring that together. Not just eating mushrooms, not just Spravato up your nose. Fuck no. That's not what I'm saying. But they're all pieces of the puzzle. And it's not just pop Prozac. And that's what I'm trying to figure out. I have the time, I have the money, for now, and I'm trying to figure out what works. And that's why I'm making this motherfucking channel. Because there are too many people out there, especially now, this beautiful time of the year, and so many of us are lonely, and I want to put this video out for this channel, a documental endeavor that's growing and living, so no one feels freaking lonely anymore, man. Lonely sucks. Lonely was here, crying and screaming. Thank you, Rachel, for telling me. Thank you for telling me to call your therapist. That's what she said. Thank you. But other people don't know that. Other people don't have therapists. Hey. Not everyone has a Rachel either, okay? I don't know what I would do without her. Rachel is my older sister. She's 3 years older than me, and that poor woman had to play mother to me, her then 11 to 12-year-old son Atticus. She had to be a single mother. She had to work a demanding job in PR, pharmaceutical PR, during COVID. She spent 15 months of her life looking after me while I was curled in a ball, screaming and crying and doing nothing. She had to call work. She had to call doctors. She got me into Spravato. Well, I'm just curled in a ball being like, I'm the worst. So Rachel, thank you so much. I love you so much. And now I want to show a few adorable pictures of Rachel and me throughout the years. Aww, look at this one. Aww. That's adorable, this one right here. Oh! I forgot about that one. Aw, that's a good one to close it out on. Anyway, back to the show. I hope you're enjoying so far. So that's why I want to make the YouTube channel. Yeah, I'm a white dude. Fucking blah. Telling you what to do again, but I'm one of many voices. Oh, sure, one thing. Loneliness from depression and anxiety because no one's listening. Oh, yeah. And that's what this channel is going to be about. I'm going to make a difference. Yes! Oh, I'm so excited. It's like the end of Scrooge, but it feels good. Yeah, anyway, I'm jazzed. I'm going to tell stories that are going to be like, sound sad. Because my parents are dead, and depression's sad, and my homes doesn't exist, but that shit's processed. I'm good. So I'm not telling these stories because I want people to feel bad for me. Fuck that. But what I'm saying is, I'm sharing those stories to show how trauma and everything made me where I am and how I went down and what I learned now. It's all part of it. It's all part of the fun. Anyway, and that's just my story. But my story can relate to one person. And that one person can share my story to another person and another person. And they figure out a bit of therapy and talk it out or find the right meds that work, like antidepressants. I hate them, but they work for some people and that works magic. Maybe religion works for you as a spiritual side on top of everything. Do it. Any of the religion side. It's great. It's all building blocks. I'm getting lost, but there's so many different pieces to the puzzle. It's fun. It's exciting. I got lost. But I just get my childish energy.